Hey guys, so this month I revived an old blog post that I wrote before about thinking before you research, thinking before you do planning. And so a lot of times it's easy for us to think that marketing is super complicated and that we need to do a lot of research before we start marketing. And while that's true and well done research will always help your marketing plans do better, we never really know enough to go into a marketing strategy with perfect knowledge. And so probably the best thing to do is make the plan and think before you research. So here's what I mean. When I was in college, I remember a professor saying, okay, here's what you do. You go out and you find, first thing you do is you go out and find everything you can about the topic. And I'm thinking, that's probably a waste of time to go find out everything you can about a topic. Probably the best thing to do is think before you research. And so the reason for that is that it's too easy to get confused when you're taking in a bunch of information, because not only are you taking in information oftentimes faster than you can really understand it and build it into your plan, but you're also taking in different points of view that confuse you. And so probably the best thing to do, and this is probably just a principle of good thinking, is to think before you research. So what I mean by that is that although smart people will go out and get all the information, effective people make the plan based on what they know right now. And so a plan you can understand is always going to be a plan better than a plan that's perfect, right? Or a plan that's complicated. And so these days there's way too much following. There's way too much, oh, I need to create a marketing plan, so let me go on the internet and find out how. And there's way too little, all right, how do I think about my, the perfect customer that I have? And maybe it's someone you know in your life, and then say, well, what would someone like that, what would their path to purchase be? I find them on the internet somewhere. They have this problem. How do I talk to them? Where do I find them? Where do they hang out online? And then what are they going to respond to when they come to my website, right? And so you create kind of an idea, just a concept, a really simple one of that interaction and those steps that your ideal audience would take before they got to your site, before they got to that call to action that you want them to take. And so it's as simple as that. And so from there, you go out and ask questions. So let me make that distinction. You don't go out and try to find out everything you can. You sit down with maybe a piece of paper like the one I have here. You write down your plan very simply and say, okay, they take this step, this step, this step, this step, and then this is the call to action. And then you build from there. You refine each step of the process. So there's way too much following these days. There's way too much data coming at us these days. What we need to do to maintain our sanity is to maintain objectivity, think about what we're trying to do, and then go out and get the information, and so that you're not led around by the details, you're not confused by other points of view, you have your plan, then you go out and get good information. All right, so there's more on this in the article for this month, and I hope you guys get a chance to check it out. There's a lot more detail in the article. But until then, I hope you guys engage your brain and think before you plan.